Wasn't too long ago that utility man was kind of a dirty word in baseball.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of the example that, it can lead to bigger things.
Yeah, I think anybody, like you said a couple years ago, I wouldn't say so much of a dirty word. It was just more of a label that, a guy couldn't play.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm glad that label's changing because you got a lot of guys that bring a lot to the table. Just, their opportunity may not be in one position. Their opportunity's at more than one position. And, I mean, it's not being a bad player. It's being somebody that can help a team.
You're able to maybe settle into second base. Might be the first time in the majors that you have had a sort of permanent assignment. Even 15, you kind of bounce around at the end of the season. Is that kind of nice for you heading into that?
Yeah, it's nice, but on the flip side, baseball is one of those games where it's unpredictable. I don't get too much into what happens off the field, but obviously Gong's not here. That situation worked itself out. There was a time last year where I played one inning in right field. Right. So, I'm not going to, completely throw everything out. I'm prepared to play second, but also know that baseball presents us with, certain obstacles and challenges that I may be called upon to, go to third or maybe go back to the outfield. But I mean, for the time being, I'm gonna focus on second. But if I have to do something else, I'm always ready.
You brought that up about third with John. Clint mentioned that the other day. Kind of caught us.
No, to be honest, no.
Okay.
But I mean, at any point, I know if I went to right field last year, at some point, if I need to go to third, I know we got Freeze, but, it might be a time where he's at first base. And, we got, that goes back to the versatility point. We got guys that can play multiple positions, and it helps.
The survey will be WBC. Stewie's kind of that load, so I'm just saying, be game.
Nah, I think we can go ahead and scratch that one. If we had to go for me to complete the 9 positions, that's one position that I wouldn't mind to say, I only played 8. Just work. Continue to be prepared because you never know what position you're going to be called upon and how long or whatever. Because, I was in the minor leagues playing, bouncing around playing second and third, and I came up in 2011 and played strictly pretty much third, but then the following year I went back to the outfield. So if you're one of those guys that play multiple positions, just make sure you're sharp at all of them because, you play them all, but you could be the guy that has to fill in if third baseman goes down. Third baseman comes back, second baseman may go down. Second baseman comes back, left fielder may go down. So you just have to be prepared for any situation that may arise because, we've all seen baseball. It's unpredictable.
As somebody who made that successful jump and then made it into a starting role, have you been approached for advice by those guys?
Not necessarily, but it's one of those things where I know they kind of ask me certain questions in general, but on the flip side, I kind of go out of my way if I see them just to kind of, let them know what worked for me. And I know what worked for me may not work for them, but something from me may give them an idea to say, okay, he did it this way. I may try it this way, but, any information can be useful whether you use it or not. And, I remember being a younger guy coming up and, Clint Barmas was a guy when I was just playing second and short, he would give me certain things, some that I used, some that I didn't. And then going to the outfield, talk to Kutch. I would talk to, when I was first coming up, Xavier Paul was the guy that played 3 different positions. Not necessarily guys that play infield and outfield, but they can, kind of give me, hey, go during the second group of VP because, Kutch won't be out here. You go get him when he's sitting. So kind of things like that to make your flow of work go easy, but also make sure you're not killing yourself to bounce here and run all the way to center field just to come back. Kind of make it efficient.